Hi, good afternoon. This is Janet Russell Dixon, who is the director of the Russell Home in Orlando, Florida.
My name is Janet Nixon, and I'm the director of the Russell Home for Typical Children in Orlando, and we were actually the first licensed home for special needs children in the state of Florida. We hold license number 1. And we're just a private, nonprofit residential home, and our doors open. We don't charge. We don't receive any state, federal, or local funding, but we just try to meet any need that a family might have that we can be of help with. Mother took the first little girl in 1949, and she just passed away at the age of 64. But we still have children that have grown up in this home. The home is very important because they don't take change very well. Our youngest is a little 7-year-old boy that we got when he was just 4 pounds. And was not supposed to live but a couple of weeks. But they thrive on love like everybody else. And we're just here to help them develop to their best potential that they have. We educate them, we let them have a good social life, and we just try to make it a home for them. And that's what we're all about. We have 25 that live here now. And the home that we live in is really a tired house, to be honest with you. My father built it in 1942, and it has an old gravel top roof. The wiring and the plumbing and the things you can't see are what is our big problem right now. So we're have a dire need to remodel, and of course everything's quite costly. So this is our greatest need right now, is to help remodel this home. This is the first license issued by the State Welfare Board, license number 1, back in 1951. We actually had children 3 years prior to that, but we lost everything in our home taking care of children. They would take our furniture out and everything, and Mother finally went to our pastor at our church and said, "I need help. The children need help." So we incorporated in 1951, and that was the first license. This is a picture of my mother, Mrs. Russell. And these were a few of her awards. What Mother did wasn't about reward, and she appreciated them, but she never displayed them. So when Mother passed away in 2003, we put them throughout the house so we could enjoy them. There's an award here. There's a Children Must Count award. It's given to us by the City of Orlando.
I'm Marie Fannin, and I'm the youngest daughter of Mrs. Russell. This is one of our young men, David Cox. David's been with us about 20 years. This young lady right here is Susie. Hey Susie, gonna smile for us? As you can see, Susie doesn't have any little eyes. Susan can hear, but she is club-footed. She can pull on the side of the bed and turn herself over. Put your hand out. Put your hand out. She's listening. She knows there's a strange person in the room. I think she knows it by smell. But now Susan's in her 50s. I think she's 55. And would you believe this child, with as many problems as she has, she is never sick. And this is an employee, Anna, that works for us. And this is Miss Jenny. Now Jenny is how old?
55.
55, and Jenny's been here all her life.
Jenny's been here her life.
And this is our older boys' room. And you can see it's done up in Harley-Davidson. Orlando Harley-Davidson is a great supporter of the home. As you can see, we need a lot of remodeling. And this is our older girls' room. Believe it or not, we have 2 commercial washers and 2 commercial dryers, and they go continuously.
All the time.
Now we're going to walk through to the playroom. This door can stay open.
I know.
It's Matthew's birthday today. And Matthew is daycare. He goes home in the evenings with his parents. This is Warren.
Hi.
And this young man over here is Newton. They both live at the home.
Yeah, he's been here before.
Sherry is in her 40s, and Sherry came to live with us when she was 16 years old. Now, baby Amy over there in the wheelchair is 37. And this young man is Benjamin.
Yeah.
How old are you, Ben?
Let's see. No, not
40.
40 something.
43.
Yeah, 43.
And Benji came to live with us when he was 6 years old. This is Amy, Billy, Nene, Kimberly, Margie, Paul. Johnny, tell him hello. Hey. This is a dishwashing room where we have a sterilizer. This is Miss Janie, one of our cooks, and today's her birthday too. And this is the kitchen area. As you can tell, it needs a lot of work. Michael's taking a nap. He had a late night last night, so he's taking a nap. And these are the original bedrooms. Now, my dad built all this section of the home. And if you can see, it needs some work done on it. This is where we can bring the wheelchair children in here, and they can have their shower here. That's a wheelchair shower chair, or they can sit in this, and then we have the tub area also. Benji is definitely a Magic fan. And that's pictures of Benji's family. That's his brother and him and his new bride. And then we're with Miss Betty in her office. And this is our dance instructor that gives a dance class every Thursday at 4 o'clock to all our children.
We're just talking about how wonderful the kids are, how much we enjoy them.
It's the best love in the world. Didn't you?
The things that
This is a little plaque that my mother gave to all of her employees. It's to the world you may be one person, but to one person you may be the world. And she thought that was a very, very important statement, was for them to realize that how important you can be to one person. This is our tea room. And I was fortunate enough to have a bed and breakfast. And when my mother passed away and I wanted to come home and needed to come home, I sold it and I brought 3 little tables with me. And it's for donations to the home, and it helps pay for all our expenses. And we were glad to have your group here today.
How do you find it to know that you're actually support children?
Well, we've been, I think, living in Central Florida, it's amazing how we've had children from the Virgin Islands, we've had them from Montana, we've had them from all over just by word of mouth. But the hospitals are very familiar with us, the churches and the Sheriff's Department, and just people in general that know that we're here and know of our home and know what we are here to do. Like I said before, we try to do what we can to raise money ourselves. We just don't sit here and wait for it to come through the door. But we have a little tea room and a garden center and a thrift store, and the children are able to work there and help and do things. So they have quite a good life. But if there's a need, it's usually, more often than not, come from the hospitals. and the doctors that are familiar with our home and know that we, you know, at the drop of a hat. We've had Children and Family Services come to us and say we need help, and we'll take, you know, a child in to help them, and then you never hear from them again. They're here to stay, which is okay with us. We're glad, but we can just take, you know, we can just take so many, but we'll do all we can.